It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Jordan Love. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Packers and the Bears on EA Sports.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. Should be a good matchup here, Greg. A couple of playoff teams a year ago that are hoping to take that ultimate step and get to the Super Bowl this season.
And oftentimes, that's the most difficult step, right? You go from being a perennial playoff contender. That's great. But now, how many of these teams can now say, okay, not only are we in the playoffs year in and year out,
here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. On the return, it's Robinson. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
and he's coming off a game where he was pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the one interception. I think today, get him off to a good start, get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you, and find some easy layups to get this quarterback going. I think last week they weren't able to do it, and if they don't find early success today, I have a feeling the result might not be all that different.
Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. Here's Jacobs. Jacobs, first down and more. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it'll lead to a 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Love. And that is punt in the end zone. He's in. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Packers. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
There's really no way around it, Mike. I mean, let's just call it what it is. This has been a disastrous start to their season thus far. I mean, they desperately need to get a win and change some of the energy in that building, because I can assure you, I've been there before. As these losses stack up, every day becomes more and more of a drag. And then all of a sudden you get that one big win and the spirits of the building just change overnight. They need that. Can today be that spark? Because if not, they're in for a long season.
And that will get them back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3. Off play action. Here's Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
To return, it's Nixon. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Love. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Holding offense.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. This has been a wild sequence. A big gainer there. Still not enough for the 1st down. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Love to throw. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down. Here's Love. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 4th down, Love. That's deep for the back of the end zone. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Defense.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And third down coming up. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. And that is incomplete. Amari Cooper was the man he was looking for. And that's going to lead to a fourth down. Here's Tory Taylor now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. He'll take this in back at the 16. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. They face second down and 7. Here's Love. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so...
Oh, a loose football. And the defense has it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. This pass is caught by Scott. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on second and 2. Here's a handoff to Swift.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Packers have it. Those are the places on the field where the defense wants to come up with the big plays, and that was one. Down deep, get to the quarterback, knock it out, and come up with the recovery.
Mike, this is one of those times where I think for a quarterback, they get caught in between. Do I want to be a runner and take it in myself? Do I have time to let my wide receivers develop in the end zone? I think he holds on to it just a little too long. The defense pokes it free and creates a huge turnover.
First and 10. To throw is Love. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention?
A big hole. Still on the move. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 88 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. Carlson now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Packers move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Scott now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss. Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
That is fielded at the 20. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And he's going to have just a couple here, but there is a marker on the field as well. That's on the former 2nd-round pick, Elton Jenkins. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. A throw left side, but it's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. 3rd and long. Now Love. A short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Packers set to kick this one away. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. On 1st down, it's Swift. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. So after one, 14-0 is our score. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. A play fake. Now Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
First down there.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket when the second he hits his back foot, the play's over.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Swift. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Damone Clark, there to get him down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Third and long. Here's Williams. He lets this one go. Looking for Scott. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Now fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. We'll go play action with Love. This one up top for Dobbs.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Give him 13 on that screenplay, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard
To throw is Love. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll run with Jacobs. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. Now a 3rd and 2. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Packers.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Love gonna give it to Lloyd. And he'll wind his way to about the 38-yard line. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd down.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Here's a screen now for Lloyd. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's gonna set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw is Love. He fumbled the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers, we have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down. These are drive killers.
The Bears offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Swift gets it from the pistol. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going. I just don't love the look of this offense so far in this game, Mike. I mean, this first half, they've been flat, they've been lethargic. There hasn't been a lot of urgency, and we saw it again on this last play. Simple handoff, no gain, same story.
And he's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Javon Bullard there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Moss. It's a good pickup on 2nd down, but there is a flag down, and this one might not stand up. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's a short throw caught by Kmet, and he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. A 2nd down throw for Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down after a big 2nd down pickup. But we do have a penalty marker on the field. On the bootleg, it's Love. To the left side in the hands of Watson. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Packers first down.
That is Ferguson in motion. A give. Here comes Lloyd. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back with more from Lambeau Field. After this, 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Love. That one knocked away and incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Bears offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive, as they'll begin here with 1st down. Open man, that's Amari Cooper. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Williams. That's to Cooper again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
And a nice job there defensively on 3rd down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the 1st down.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Bears are on the board just before halftime.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. On 1st and 10, here's Love. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 2nd down, Love. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. The Bears go ahead, take their third and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. And not wanting to take on any contact, he's going to slide to a stop. Halftime now at Lambeau, and the Packers are on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. It was the Packers' leading man, quarterback Jordan Love, who turned in a solid performance in that first half. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Scott now on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Swift. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. The veteran Kenny Clark in on the stop. 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. It was Kevin Byard that time to make the play. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Love to throw. This one on target, it's Dobbs. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, He's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Bears offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And that is incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And now it's 4th down. The Bears sending out their punt team as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Jacobs. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Montez Sweat there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Love to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
Throwing is Love. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's taken at about the 14, and he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. He'll push ahead to the 21. Damone Clark there to get him down. 2nd down and 8. Another run here. Another run by Swift. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Darnell Wright, guilty that time. On 2nd down, it's Williams. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. 1st and goal. Now Love. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Green Bay. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Packers extend to a 24-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. They will run it over center with Swift. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. 2nd and 11. On the ground, this is Moss. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. The Bears send out their punt team. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Packers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. That's to the right side and incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
To throw is Love. He's got his tight end. That's Musgrave. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On the ground, it's Jacobs. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. A run up the middle with Jacobs. He'll get about 2. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 41.
Here's Love. That's complete on the tight end screen. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. From the gun on third down, it's Love. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of his teammates there to take it back in. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Green Bay first down. Now, a whistle. Looks like there was movement on the left side of that offensive line. Running is Jacobs. And that'll get the penalty yardage back. He gains 5 to set up 2nd and 10.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Love. And he can't hang on. It is incomplete. A chance there, a big chance for a huge play, but he couldn't reel it in.
And 10 yards to go.
To throw is Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Scott now on the return. Yeah! And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Williams on the RPO, going to get it out to Odunze. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Williams.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, out comes the punter. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. That complete to Jacobs. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
21-yard line.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of play. So 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, the ball
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, it's Love. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll run with Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll get this complete. It's Moss. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Bears.
On 1st and 10, it's Will. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Here's Williams. He finds his big tight end, Everett. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. The offense staying out there for this 4th down. They'll indeed go. It's Williams. That's caught. It's the tight end, Everett. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. Over the middle, that's Kmet. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment defense. Automatic 1st down.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Here's Swift. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He's got his big target, Everett. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go. It's Swift.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. but you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Off and he will get into the end zone. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Bears. Touchdown here in the fourth quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for two. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the fourth quarter. So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Robinson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. And certainly some optimism that this is the end. This is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They are not home yet, but they are in control here in the fourth. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Now Jacobs. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Here's a handoff to Jacobs, running left. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And that'll get the penalty yardage back. He gains 5 to set up 2nd and 10.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 10.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment defense. Still 2nd down.
That is Ferguson in motion. Back to the ground after the penalty. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations. As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the 1st down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
Oh, and now movement up front, trying to get the defense to jump. One of the offensive linemen moved instead. On comes the Packers punting team. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. To throw is Williams. That's a short throw caught by Komet. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. And Williams hit the deck there, but after he picked up the first down. He'll drop to throw. A throw complete to Scott. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. He'll get this underneath to Swift. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He runs with it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now Williams. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Tremaine Edmonds on the tackle. A gain of 6 yards.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away. On the return, here's Scott. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So, it's a win for the Packers. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.